Hey everybody, welcome back to the Henry Disc Golf channel. We are coming back at you again with another episode of Approach Wars with Discmania.
Oh! Good.
Good.
Good putt.
Oh, got it through the small gap. That's beautiful. Drop, 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 drop. I just want to apologize to everybody. I haven't posted in almost 3 weeks. I was traveling, went to do some stuff with the family, came back, just been playing disc golf. I actually won a flex start a couple weeks ago. Super stoked about that. I've been living life and having fun. But again, we have Discmania. We have the Cosmic Fury Logic of Kyle Klein's. And then we have a Razor Claw 2, which of course was Eagle McMahon's when he was back with Discmania. But of course now he's with MVP. We are at Waukegan Park. We are on hole 1. Hole 1 is a 190-foot par 3. I'm going to go ahead and take the Razor Claw 2 here. Just throw it on a sidearm rip. See if we can get it down by the basket. Little nose up, which has been a little bit of an issue with my sidearms, but that's pretty decent. And we have the Cosmic Fury Lux Vapor Logic. Going on some backhand. Alrighty. Here's where the Razor Claw ended up, in a really good spot. See how the putting goes with the Logic today. Apparently a little high. Start off with a par, head on to hole 2. So if any of you haven't caught the Approach Wars series yet, what I do is I take an overstable approach disc and a neutral flying putter from each brand and kind of put them head to head against each other. Currently right now, Finish Line Discs is winning with a down 3 on the 18 holes here at Beavier Park in Waukegan. But we are here on hole 2. Hole 2 is a 305-foot par 3. It is basically straight ahead here. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Cosmic Fury Logic here. Just try to see if we can get majority of the way down there. And then because I am kind of learning the Razor Claw, we're going to also throw it on a second shot. I'm very familiar with the Cosmic Fury. I had it in my bag for almost a season. That's just holding it. Dong. Just kicked it off the fence. All right, we're going to go with the Razor Claw 2. This one is a brand new Razor Claw 2. First time it was thrown was when I just threw it on the last hole. We're going to try to flex this over a little bit. By the way, the Razor Claw is the Tactic, but they specifically made that one for Eagle McMahon. So here is where the Logic finished. The Razor Claw is actually up there a little bit closer to the basket than this one was. This one also held the angle a little bit more than I expected. But we're going to try to see if we can put this in. Try to see if we can get a birdie early. High again. It's 2 in a row. I say this should be a routine tap-in. Should. Keyword. There it is. Another par. Staying even. On to hole 3. Here we are on hole 3. Hole 3 is a 250-foot par 3. It is straight in front of us. We just have to miss the tree in the middle. I'm really debating which one I want to throw first. I think I'm going to go Razor Claw. Just try to push it out on a little ante and have it flex back. There is also a little bit of a right to left wind coming through. So we're going to go Razor Claw here, and then we'll go Tactic, wow. Then we'll go Logic after that. Nope. That's always my issue when I throw this hole. Not getting it wide enough. And watch, this is going to be perfect now. No, also not wide enough. Hitting the tree and dropping down. All right, so we made it up to the Razor Claw or Tactic. About an 18-20 footer here for a birdie. It's not for the lack of giving myself putts, I'll tell you that. All right, another 3. Move on to hole 4. Here we are on hole number 4. Hole number 4 is a 262-foot par 3. It's straight. We just have some stuff to miss. What I like to do usually is go through this hyzer gap, but as the tree has filled in, that branch has gotten lower and lower every single time. Every single time throughout the summer. So I've actually been going normally with my Luna here and throwing Anheuser shot. So I'm going to take the Logic and throw it on some Annie and see if it can get over to the basket. It's not bad. Definitely didn't hold over as much as I was hoping for. And we're going to take this and just try to see if we can get it over the tree branch down there. Ooh, over the tree branch. And down there. Made it to the Logic here. Ooh, I have a little bit of a tough putt. Low ceiling with the branch there. You can see up by the tree is where the Razor Claw wants up. But I think we're outside the circle. We're going to go ahead and try to give this a low spinner run at the basket. See if we can cash it. That's pretty decent. All right. About a 15-footer. Maybe a little more. There we go. Keeping the par streak going. Super stoked about it. We have made it to hole 5. Hole 5 is the longest hole on the course. It is a 400-foot par 3. I tried to bring you guys down low enough, but it's way down there. You kind of see that path going to go straight down through there. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Razor Claw. We're going to actually go up and over the trees, just try to put this center cut fairway, and then have an upshot from there. That is perfect. Center cut fairway, beautiful. Gonna go ahead and go with the Razor Claw again. We're gonna throw it on sidearm just because I do have some branches that are out a little bit further than what I'd like to go backhand. Nice and smooth. That was a bit of a run there. Should have a pretty routine tap in here. Another 3. Said this to my brother Jason. The only time I take a 4 on this hole, most of the time, is if I throw OB, which we did not go OB today. Check. So I hit the tree right there. Bounce factor right here. We've got a long look at a putt. Probably just gonna lay it up. Card a par. Move on. Yep. Laid up. Should be an easy tap and par. Move on to hole 7. Tap and par. Move on to hole 7. Welcome to hole number 7. Hole number 7 is a 232-foot par 3. It is straight ahead. I tried to see if you guys can see the basket. I may try to zoom in editing. But essentially straight ahead. We do have a Mando on this tree right in front of us. I'm just going to take the logic here, just kind of pop it over a little bit, and then see if we can have it hyzer back towards the basket. Okay. That didn't come back. It apparently decided to not be stable all of a sudden. So we made it up to the disc. We pretty close to pin high. Kind of have a look at a putt. It's definitely outside the circle. Definitely have some stuff right in front of me, so I have to keep it high. Oh, and I missed the putt low. Kept it high, and I missed it low. All right, we're gonna try to do a POV putt. Foot down there, right here. Boom. Here we are on hole number 8. Hole number 8 is a 262-foot par 3. Basically, just want to go through the gap here, put it on some hyzer, and just let the thing dump all the way over. It is pretty far left. So we're going to go ahead and go with the Razor Claw 2. We're just going to throw this thing on some hyzer, try to see if we can get it down there with a look at a putt. Ooh, a little tight. Get through. Okay. That may be pretty good. It'll depend on how much skip we got at the end of that flight. So it was just a touch short, but perfect on the amount of left. So that is great. Got to look here for a putt. See if we can take our first birdie of the round. It must be popping out a little bit cleaner and not as nose down as my AVRs do. And that one's too short. So after that easy tap in on hole 8, we are still even through 8. No birdies, no bogeys, even. We are here on hole 9. Hole 9 is a 218-foot par 3. It goes kind of straight and then just annies over or curves over to the right. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Lux Vapor Logic here. Put it on some anhyzer, see if we can just get it to coast over by the basket. Did it have enough annie? Nope, caught the big tree in the middle. All right, and just for fun, we're going to take the Razor Claw 2 here on sidearm. Try to see if we can somehow get it down there. Miss it. That tends to be the miss on this. So we hit the tree right here. Kicked back a little bit. Looking at roughly about a 25-footer. Maybe a little bit more than that. Gonna have the bugs all of a sudden be an issue. Dude. I've been all over the basket with this disc so far. Another tap and par. I just real quick want to shout out Ian, I believe it's 850, and also EJ for commenting and hitting me up on Facebook saying, hey, when's the next video coming out? I apologize again, it's been about 3 weeks, been busy doing some other stuff, but we're back. We're going to hopefully get back to our routine programming. Hopefully a video once a week. I'm hoping to get a little bit more than that, but we will definitely see. Let's move on to hole 10. We've made it to hole 10. I would say this is normally where I give you a score update, but it's just even. No birdies, no bogeys, just pars. Hole 10 is a 232-foot par 3. I'm going to go ahead and take the Logic, just try to throw it on a little bit of anhyzer, see if we can just kind of flex her over there. All right, I like that one a lot. I think that's going to be a look at a putt. So I thought I would have gotten just a touch closer than what I got here, but overall, a very good throw. Still left here with about a 20-footer. Yes! Yes, I'm so happy to make a birdie. Oh, that took forever and it was kind of a junky putt, but hey, birdie. First two of the round, down one so far. We'll move on to hole 11. Here we are on hole 11. Hole 11 is a 303-foot par 3. We're going to take the Logic here. Try to throw a similar line to the one we just threw on the last hole. Just going to throw it with some anhyzer. Hopefully have it cruise over towards the basket down there. Oh, that is good. I want to say parked because I think it's parked. That was a great throw. So we're not quite parked, but we are in a really good spot. Just behind this tree, straddling out. Right at about a 13-footer for birdie. Birdie. Oh, once you get one, I guess the floodgates open. Here we are, hole 12. Hole 12 is a 213-foot par 3. It is right in front of us. Just put this on a little hyzer and try to see if we can run that basket. Not quite run the basket, but pretty good look. We're going to throw the Razor Claw just for fun here. Actually, we're going to throw the Razor Claw on sidearm with quite a bit of anhyzer. See if we can just kind of throw it on a rope towards the basket here. Nope, that was way too high. Kicked. Not water, but close. So I knew this shot was pretty good, but I didn't know it was that good. Absolutely parked. We got one more hole that we're throwing the Logic, and then we'll get 3 holes with the Razor Claw. All right, guys, here we are on hole 13. Hole 13 is a 262-foot par 3. It is straight down this gap and just kind of angles off to the left, or hyzers off to the left. We're going to go ahead and, like I said, go with the Logic on one hole, and then we'll have 3 holes in a row that we'll be throwing the Razor Claw on. Trying to keep this nice and smooth down through the gap. Maybe just a touch hyzer out of the hand. Oh, that was not smooth. That was yanked. And not very great out of the hand. Yikes. All right, got up to... So we got up to the Logic. Actually going to... Do you want to do a little patent pending, or can I just kind of pop it here? All right, we're going to go ahead and go backhand with the Logic here. Let's try to put this on a little anhyzer. Try to see if we can just get it nice and close to the basket. Check that real quick. Okay. Ooh, that was not anhyzer. Well, I gave myself a putt, but not a very good look at one. And this was one of the holes that I did not think I would potentially be bogeying today. with the discs I'm throwing. Short. I guess that would have been better. Easy tap in. Here we are on hole 14. Hole 14 is a 249-foot par 3. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Razor Claw here. We're going to try to throw Anheuser through the gap and then just have it hyzer back towards the end. This is also the hole that I did ace during Approach Wars, I believe number 1, with the Discraft Zone. Oh, get around it. Nice. All right, cool. That's deep into the stuff behind the basket, but that was a good throw. All right, wide straddle here. It's not a far putt, really about a 10-footer. But a little bit of an odd arm swing. Jerry. More pop. All right, another 3. Still down 2. Moving on to hole 15. Welcome to hole 15. Hole 15 is a 278-foot par 3. It is basically straight ahead of us. We just have to miss the trees there. We're going to take the Razor Claw here. We are going to try to flex it over just a little bit and then have it hyzer back towards the basket at the end of its flight. I think we did it. Whew. It's a great throw. After that great throw, to me almost looked like a bit of an ace run. We are very much tap in range. Almost pushed that putt high again. But tap in for a birdie. Back to down 3. We have 3 holes left to play. Let's go. Here we are on hole 16. Hole 16 is a 245-foot par 3. Literally right in front of us. The only OB on this hole is the rock path on or over to the right. But we're going to go ahead and go with the Razor Claw here. Try to just throw it up to the mound. Try to see if we can give ourselves another easy birdie. Oh, sit. Okay. Let's look at a putt. Here we are. Boom. There it is. Down 4. Is Discmania going to be the one that takes it? Find out. Welcome to hole 17. Hole 17 is a 252-foot par 3. It is right in front of us. The only danger on this hole really is throwing it deep past the walking path that is out there. I think I'm going to flex over the Razor Claw again because the Cosmic Fury Logic is going to have the last hole off the tee, I think. Nice and smooth. Oh, I yanked it. Wow. Good job, Jerry. All right, we're going to take the Logic here. Little sidearm touch shot. Try to put ourselves nice and close to the basket. Goal check. That'll be a tap and par. We'll move on to 18. We have made it to hole 18. Hole 18 is a 318-foot par 3. Down the hill, low ceiling off the tee. But we are going to go ahead and throw the Logic. We have a bit of a tailwind behind us. So we're going to try to flex this over just a little bit, have it stable up at the end of its flight. Dude, I may be looking at a putt. Alright guys, so as this video is drawing to an end, and they're potentially going to take it down by a couple of strokes, I'm pleasantly surprised with Discmania. I know the old Discmania stuff, I like quite a few of those different molds, the FD and a couple others, but the Logic, I think it's part of the Evolution line, probably is going away, not unless they decide to make a putter for Kyle Klein. And surprisingly, this thing was throwing great. Actually held a little bit more turn than a zone, and I think it actually dumped a little bit harder than a zone, which was super nice. And then the Logic, I want to say it's a touch more overstable than the Lunas I have in the bag. In terms of throwing, just kind of held the angle, or held straighter, and then had a little bit more consistent dump out of it. So here we are. This is where the Logic wound up. Have a look at birdie. Nice. I'm pretty sure that's a down 5. I will go back through my holes here and give you a definite on what that was as I finish out the video. All right, we have reached the end, and we shot down 5. Down 5 for the round with Discmania, the Lux Vapor Logic, and the Razor Claw 2, aka the Tactic. Super surprised with these. As I said, for me today, the Logic was just holding straight and maybe had a little bit more stability than the Lunas I had in my bag. The Lunas I have in my bag, you know, if I throw them, I can get them to turn over a little bit. This thing was just holding whatever angle for the most part I was putting it on, and it fought out really quickly on those Annie shots. But overall, very good. The Razor Claw 2, this disc right here, I was kind of surprised with. It actually had more turn than my zones and a little bit more fade than my zones. I was actually being able to flex it over really nicely on some super sweet flex lines. Specifically hole 14, popped it over beautifully, and it had plenty of fight to still come back, where I throw my zones like that, and usually I wouldn't say I burn them over, they just don't come out of it like this thing did today. So overall, super stoked. They are currently #1. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, sorry about the delay of getting content out to you. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know if there's anything you'd like to see down in the description below. Also, if you'd like to support us, go over to Upper Park Disc Golf. The link is in the description below. Have a great day. Make it good for somebody else. We will see you next time. Peace.
Discmania, baby.